Evening, Antoinette. How are you?
Good evening, Andrew. Very happy to be with everybody.
Fantastic. Now, Antoinette is she's very successful, a very successful NeoLife distributor. She's based in the beautiful beach town of Ballito, KwaZulu-Natal, the North Coast. And I've asked Antoinette to hop onto tonight's call because Antoinette is really good at introducing people to the NeoLife product and opportunity. In fact, in the first 6 months of this year, she sponsored 12 people personally. That's averaging 2 people per month. Okay, and that's a great number because 2 people you can work with. She's also good at helping her new people sponsor their first people. So she really has her recruiting process figured out. But before we get into that, Ant, let's just introduce you and get your story. I know you started your NeoLife journey not necessarily to make money or for the business. You started from a product perspective. Tell us more about that.
Yes, when I was introduced to NeoLife, it was absolutely for the product. I needed something that was going to help with the stress levels and the stomach ulcers that I had to deal with because of stress at work. And I remember meeting with Rory at the office and saying to him, but I can also work here. This is a big organization and I could be of value. And he said to me, you don't want to work here. And that was the end of business discussion there. I did join to get the products cheaper because I knew that I would need them long term. But at that stage, if Rory offered me the business, I would have ran away because I had enough stress on my plate not to focus on the business. Then a couple of months later, he said to me, how long are you still going to do what you're doing? And I knew I couldn't do it anymore. It was too stressful. And it was then that I realized NeoLife was what I was going to do. God opened the door and he showed me to walk through, and I had to do this. But I had no background for this whatsoever. I was a math teacher. I could think about things logically, but I needed a lot of information. I knew the products were good. I knew that if I offered people bread and fish, it would work. Shortly after I decided to do NeoLife full-time, I said to Rory, I can sell, but this is different. Here's a different approach here that I have to master if I want to make a success of this business at all. And I think that is when my journey started. Andrew, is this what you want to hear? Is there questions that you've got?
That is pretty much what I wanted to hear. Yeah, I just think that's amazing. You came to NeoLife desperate because of stomach ulcers and stress. So you were just in survival mode. Our products got you healthy. You fit, healthy, you active. But that transpired into something so much more. Probably a year ago, not even, you moved into, you had this vision. And I remember you speaking to me and saying, Drew, I have this goal to move to Ballito and to buy a home in Ballito. That you've just ticked that goal box in the last year because of your NeoLife journey. So from a bottle of tree in hand, it just grew. This journey just progressed. And somebody just put a comment in the box saying, I need to develop my confidence. And good, you've recognized it. And the first thing, our third daily success habit is personal development, and is developing the confidence to talk to somebody. That's part of your development process, the personal development process. But Ant, you mentioned that you were great at selling product, but this is something different. You're building a team and recruiting people is different. Why is it different?
Andrew, I want to start by point 5 and 6 that you mentioned with a toolkit. Number 5 is care. We live in a time of COVID, and in this last week, I realized how scared people out there are really of COVID. We don't have any fear because we know immunity and we know how to fight. So you've got a lot to offer people. In this time of lockdown, a lot of people have not been able to move out of their homes. They're lonely, they're alone. If you reach out and make contact and just be a friend, you're going to have a follower that will listen to what you have to say. Right in the beginning of my journey, I was introduced to Tim Sales. He was the most motivational speaker, and he has 5 points that you follow before you just sell something to somebody. The 5 points were greet, qualify, invite. If you can just remember that, and then we'll get to the others. So never do you try and sell something to somebody. Stand back and get to know that person. You first have to build a relationship. That's what Jerry Brasfield teaches us. This business is built one relationship upon the other. How do you build a relationship? You don't meet somebody and get married tomorrow. This is a long-term relationship that you have with everybody in your team. I've got heart-to-heart feelings for every person that I make contact with. It is about the heart. So go out there, greet them. What does that mean? Ask questions about them. You've got to get to know who they are. Your questions are geared at getting to understand their needs. So you ask specific questions. Have you got children? Are you at home? Is your husband under stress? Whatever the questions is that you need to ask, but you ask questions and they will start opening up to you and sharing. When they start opening up to you and sharing their circumstances with you, you're already making friends. And from there, you get to know them, so you get to know what their needs are. The second point is qualify. In your asking questions, you're going to identify something that they're going to say, that you can say, I think I can show you something that can make a difference or that can help you with that thing you mentioned now. And the questions that you ask will gear them towards either product or business. And once you've asked them, can I share something with you that I think would be of value to you? Then you can invite them. That is a formal invite. That was the first thing I learned. You don't do it right there. You make an appointment for a certain time. You dress up, and now if it's Zoom or a phone call, whatever it is, you have to meet them then, and then you say, I promise to show you something. And then you can present to them. You've got their full attention. They've given you permission and they want to hear what you have to say. So from there, the sign up can start and you can follow up and follow through. But never do you start with a sale.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I know something, yes?
And so that's, I just want to ask a question there. So you have your names, you find out, you build a relationship, you find out what they want and where you can be of value. Once you've established that, you invite them to, you ask them, can you show them something? You invite them, formally invite them to take a look. That's what when we talk about inviting in the recruiting toolkit, that's what Antoinette's referring to there. And you're inviting them to either have an appointment, sit down and have a conversation, or you're inviting them to watch a video tool. But whatever you're doing, if you're having an appointment, you're not throwing the whole kitchen sink at them. You're talking to them specifically to the challenge or the goal, what you invited them to see initially. Or when you send them a video link, you don't send a video link that's going to tell them everything. You send them a link that's going to specifically deal with their need. Correct?
Yes, it happens very often to me that I send people stuff that they don't watch or they don't follow up on, and I eventually just say to them, doesn't matter, let's just chat. And I go back a step and I start from there and I just get to know them further. I greet and qualify again, and then I offer something else, because everybody doesn't go back and go and have a look at what you've said, but you have to keep the relationship going. You have to keep on following up. You've identified a need and you can help them. What helps a lot is to turn back to your own circumstances. We always talk about the story that you've got. That's 3 sentences long. I was under tremendous stress. I had stomach ulcers. I took N and it turned my life around. Just quick and easy. But for the person I'm talking to, I have got a story for that person with a testimony of my own that I can turn to. So whatever will work in their circumstances, I've got a story. You turn that story. You've got to be on your feet with a story like that. And enthusiasm has built my business. Attitude, a positive attitude. You know, those people that's got a problem for every solution, those you don't put them on the burner. But those that you can help and care about, with your positive attitude and your enthusiasm, nobody can tell me that these products are not the best on the planet. Nobody can tell me that this marketing plan doesn't work and is not the best out there. So it just works. I don't know if it will work for you, but this works.
Yeah. You know, and I know this was my experience in the beginning. When I became a NeoLife distributor, I don't think there was a more excited NeoLife distributor in this world. Suddenly I had a way that I could see where I could take my life from where it was to where I wanted it to be. And I was excited, and I expected everybody else to have my same enthusiasm and excitement. And I drew up my name list as my sponsors told me to do. And I approached every one of those people, and I thought it was my job to just tell them that we had the best product in the world, tell them we had the best opportunity in the world. That's what I wanted them to hear. And you know what? All 20 of them told me I was crazy, it wasn't going to work. And suddenly the sponsoring or recruiting process really, in my mind, it became a difficult thing. And I'll never forget my father saying to me, Drew, it's like you are taking your bird seed and you got good seed. You know, our NeoLife products are opportunities, good seed. But you're running up to every bird you see and you're not feeding that bird your seed. You are throwing that seed into their face and they just want to get away from you. He said, you got to make your seed attractive. You got to find out, are they hungry? You need to hold that seed out in front of them and let the birds come to you. And that's where it shifted for me. And we are in the solutions business. Our job is to solve people's problems. That's what business is all about. We solve people's health challenges or goals. We solve people's financial challenges or goals. And when we uncover these goals and these challenges that people are facing and go and present them a solution, that is where recruiting for me is just one of my favorite things to do in our business, because that is where we really can make a difference in other people's lives. But it's a process. And so if specifically for the new people on this call, if there's anything that we want you to take away from tonight is recruiting is a process. It doesn't happen overnight. It's a skill that needs to be developed. Okay. Just like somebody who decides to become a teacher, they don't become a teacher overnight. They have to go and study for 3 or 4 years before they can make a livable income. Recruiting and sponsoring people into your business is the lifeblood of your business. It has to happen. If it's not happening, your business is going to die. But it's a skill that you need to develop, and have patience. Have patience, give it time, but be persistent. And you know, this recruiting toolkit gives you some great pointers and some great activities, but you're going to have to go and implement those activities. You're going to have to make those mistakes. You're going to have to learn. You're going to have to pick yourself back up. But I think one of the greatest things that you can do is do it with a positive attitude, because we are either attracting people or we're repelling people, and we're going to have to constantly get new people to talk to. And I really believe as a NeoLife distributor, you can go out there and be a shining beacon of hope, because we have something good to offer. And when you're positive, when there's so much negativity that people talk about, when we start focusing on the good things that are going on, that suddenly becomes magnetic and attractive to other people. They want to get a part of it. So, Ant, is there anything else that you'd like to add to this sponsoring and recruiting process?
Yes. If I sponsor somebody into my team, I want them to stay forever. I want NeoLife to have meaning for them forever. I do not mind if they only use the products, although they want to do the business or whatever it is, but I want them to understand that they've got something valuable that they will never give up. So I'm willing to walk the road with people that I connect with until they're ready, and then sponsor them into the business, because then they're going to stick. Once you get the ball rolling, it's the people that you talk to now that join later. You don't push or pressurize anybody into the business because you want to win the 5,000 Rand. Now is the time that you turn to those people that you've been working on for a long time. You go back to them. greet, qualify, and invite them, and you get them to walk the road with you and to join your team.
Mm-hmm.
Recruit them from the heart.
And one of the biggest things is when you sponsor somebody into the business, that is when your job actually starts. Getting them into the business is the easy part. Now we don't leave them. That's our responsibility, is to, if they join because they want better health, our responsibility is to help them achieve better health. If they join because they want to generate an income and build a business, it's our job to take them by the hand and say, hey, let's look at your name list. Who do you know? What are their needs? Let's invite them to take a look at a solution to that challenge or the need that they have, and walk that process, present the business or the product with them, follow up with them. Don't expect them to do this stuff on their own. It's a skill, and you're going to have to teach them that skill. So guys, a lot of ground tonight. Antoinette, I just want to thank you for, I love this. She doesn't have to do this. I'm not paying her to do this, but this NeoLife family, we hear speakers every week that share from their heart, and they will teach you everything they know, because we have a heart, because they want to see this NeoLife family grow and succeed. So thank you, Antoinette. Thank you to all of our leaders that just drive our business, and for your leadership. Thank you to every one of you as our distributors and an important part of this NeoLife family. We are going to go out there. We're going to make a big difference. And we've got a big job to do. So I just want you to become bold, get courageous, step out of your comfort zone, and magnificent things are going to happen to you and to your business and within your team. So God bless you all, and good night. Oh, before I forget,